Well, hey there, SPAC friends and family. It's shortly after 2 o'clock here on the West Coast, and it's Tuesday, so you know it must be time for SPAC Chat. Now, this whole month, we have been gearing up for our big event. SPAC has an annual conference. It is the world's largest conference for high volume photographers. And we always welcome you in Vegas in January. And today, SPAC Chat is dedicated towards our speakers. We're giving you a sneak peek of what's coming at SPAC. I want to take a quick moment just to give a little housekeeping out of the way. First of all, if you have not booked your discounted room, the link is on our website. I will put that up here, right here on the screen. On the website is the link. That gives you a discount. It also reduces your resort fees that Vegas is so well known for. So make sure you book your room as soon as possible. We are like this close to being sold out at the South Point. The other thing I want to do is make sure everybody is getting, if you've already registered, download the Whova app, start engaging, start looking at the schedule, start making your personal agenda so you don't miss any classes. Fill out your bio and put your photo in there so that people can start networking with you. Have fun on some of the polls and some of the discussion topics. There's over 100 discussion topics already going on in the Whova app. If you have not registered, there's still an opportunity to lock in the current price. The price does go up on January 3rd. So please look at the schedule. Again, it's on the website. You can look at all the classes we're offering. You can find out about all the fun parties that we're having, as well as the trade show. The trade show is sold out, folks. We are at 40,000 square foot, full of every single type of exhibitor or vendor that you need to make your business successful. It might be cameras, it might be backgrounds, might be lights, it might be various things. We've got all the solution providers under one roof on Friday and Saturday, and we have dedicated trade show times, which means you're not going to be missing any education while you're networking with our wonderful exhibitors. If anyone has any questions during the next few weeks, please feel free to reach out to me, spacgal@gmail.com or spacassistant@gmail.com, and we'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can. But please keep in mind that the volume of emails, phone calls is really high right now, so patience is appreciated. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to bring on our host, Calvin Harrell. Hi, Calvin. How are you doing today?
Hey there, Miss Corey. How are you?
I'm hanging in there, buddy. I'm hanging in there.
You seem to be dressed for the California weather. It is absolutely sweatshirt, turtleneck, hoodies, whatever. I mean, it's time to sleep and stuff. We're not used to this. For you folks in the north and the east, we are not accustomed to 43-degree temperatures every day. It's just not California. But we're here for SPAC. I want to welcome all of you to our weekly edition of SPAC Chat. This is our speaker sneak preview. We're going to find out what some of the speakers are going to be talking about in their presentations, where they're coming from. And it's just an opportunity to have them convince you before the conference that you should be in their session. There's a lot of session benefits to you and your business, and it's going to be hard to choose because we have such a robust program this year. So without further ado, let's get started and start bringing them on. We're going to bring them on and have them introduce themselves first, and then we'll pull them off screen, and then we'll pull them up one at a time so that they can share with us what they're going to be talking about. So Magnus, tell us where you are. We can see you with photo coach. You're a photo coach at NetLife. You are doing a pre-con from my understanding. So talk to us a little bit about tell us where you're from, and the title of your subject, and then we'll come back to you.
Sure thing. Good to see you, Calvin.
Yes, sir.
I'm a Norwegian living in Sweden, and like you said, I work as a photo coach with NetLife, helping high-volume photography companies evolve, scale, and streamline their businesses. I'm really excited to be back at SPAC and this time actually be on stage myself.
Fantastic. That's all we need for now. Let's go.
Yeah,
Heather,
sure.
talk to us. Tell us what you're going to be, what your subject is and where you're
All
from.
right. Hey, Calvin. I am out of Athens, Georgia. I'm the owner of Watermark Photography, and we're a small but mighty local business. So our talk is small business, big pictures. Essentially, we're just going to share what we do with our customers from A to Z, just from the point of contact to getting accounts. We'll talk a little bit about what we do during the actual session and then our workflow afterwards so that we can compete with the big guys and make it look better.
Outstanding. Vanita, Miss Black, share with us where you're from.
Well, thank you guys for having us. I'm so excited about this. I am with the Lens Ladies. I co-own it with Pamela Stone, also in this picture. And we are in Northeast Texas. And so we're excited. We're going to talk about how to build the business. It'll be good for somebody who is just venturing into volume photography or even seasoned professionals, because even people who have been doing this for a while, everybody needs to know how to market their business well. And so that's something that we're bringing to the table.
Pamela, you want to join? You want to add anything to that intro? I guess not. Okay, let's move on over to Stella. Miss Grace, how are you?
I'm doing fine. I am really happy to be back speaking. This is going to be my 4th time speaking at SPAC. The last time was virtual, so I'm happy to be in person again.
Yeah.
So anyway, the name of my session is Let It Go and Grow. I'm going to be speaking with Ty Fisher. And basically, it's going to be more of a business presentation on helping photographers to hopefully understand what they need to do to scale their business to a certain level. Also, thinking about what their business goals are, sales goals are. Every business is at a different point. And everybody has different wants or needs and sees their business in a different place. So I want everybody to who's attending my session to just think about their goals and where they really want to be, 2 years from now, 5 years from 10 years from now. And then I want to do a presentation to kind of help everybody think about what they need to do to achieve those goals, 2, 5, 10 years from now.
All right, you can get more in depth in the next go round. Let's move over to Tanya and Andrew.
Hey, we're Tanya and Andrew. We're just outside of Louisville, Kentucky. And the name of our session is Make Money, Not Mistakes. Whew. And we focus on the finance side of photography businesses. So we'll address some common money mistakes that photography business owners make that result in them not getting paid what they're worth.
All right, hold up. We're going to talk about the rest of it shortly, but that's a mouthful right there. Something that's valuable for everyone. Eric, can you share with us where you're from?
Yes, I'm Eric Leskowitz and Keepsake Portraits, a volume studio in the very warm Northwest Ohio. And I'll be speaking on digital marketing, and I'll explain more about that.
Fantastic. Miss Erica Morrow, where are you from?
Hi, Calvin. How are you?
I'm well.
It's good to see you. We are Slow Road Photo. Our studio is based in the Twin Cities in Minneapolis. We're getting a huge snowstorm right now. My talk is leading a team on a mission, and I'll tell you all about it in a little bit.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And Miss Perfect Portrait, the Evoto representative that's all over the internet now.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we see. Nikki, you're going to be doing a program this year, and what is it going? Well, tell folks where you're coming from and who you are.
Hi, everybody. So I am the preschool photographer that is very passionate about what I'll be teaching this year. We're going to be showing different backgrounds. This will be the first time that I know that SPAC is going to do live demonstration of preschool kids. We're going to have the classics all the way to the new fun stuff. So if you want to have fun and you want to laugh, you're going to come and join us because we're going to show all different styles.
Shameless plug. I have a gorgeous grandson, and he's one of the models. So I just wanted to push that out there, Miss. Let's go ahead and get started with you. Jump into your program more in depth. Share with us what you're going to be sharing. You talked about backgrounds, And, you know, there's so much out there right now relative to the use of AI backgrounds, compositing, and that sort of thing. What are you talking about?
So this year, anybody that knows me, I've been in our industry since film for a while. And as Calvin introduced, I have partnered up with Evoto. And so I have, for the first time, been cutting out my kids and putting them in backgrounds. So the first thing I'm going to share is the good old classics, the ones that I've had for Denny that I still, to this day, make the most amount of money on. Then I'm going to be introducing some of our new backgrounds that are that are interactive ones, things that people would use, I think, more in the South, but still clean sets. And then the last is just a little workflow of Evoto and how easy it is to change these backgrounds. What I found this year is parents are different. There isn't one size that fits all anymore. And depending on who your clients are and where you're photographing, it depends what kind of backgrounds you want to offer the school for higher sales. So I'm going to be showing the fun stuff, things that haven't happened before at SPAC, where we're showing a variety of different backgrounds and different ideas so that you're going to walk away with new ideas on how to approach your preschools.
Will you also be running, I mean, with your relationship with Evoto, will you also be running a demo at any time on how folks can push this into their workflow so that they can, you know, it's dump, hit the button, and boom, it pops out with images with various backgrounds already cut out. Is that part of the process also?
We'll be showing a little bit of the Evoto amazing workflow also.
Okay.
And that's a yes. You know, Evoto has its, it has cut my workflow. There are small things that I use, but I will also show you some of the tricks that I learned this year.
Excellent, excellent. And Evoto is one of our sponsors, and so it's not it's not plugging something that's not within our space. And we appreciate you continuing to support us in the way that you volunteer. You just show up and do what you need to do. For anything that Corey needs, you're there. We truly appreciate your engagement. Let's move over to
I'm going to say one more thing, Calvin.
Okay.
And if you want to see more about what I've been doing in the last 4 months, I started a new channel. It's called True You School Photography.
Right.
It's called True You School Photography. It's on TikTok and on Instagram. It's a really great resource on supporting all of our photographers in the industry with new ideas, how to use software and things like that.
Excellent. That's going to be very valuable. We're going to move over to Magnus now. Thank you very, very much, Miss Nikki. Magnus, how are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm a little bit tired, but I'm good.
Yeah, well, what time is it there in Norway?
It's 11:15.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's a late night. Tell us about what you're doing. NetLife is a online service provider. What exactly do you do? And tell us what you're going to be talking about in your sessions.
Well, like you said in the introduction, Calvin, I'll be speaking on the Precon International track on Wednesday, January 21st. I'm pretty sure we're in Sonoma D or something like that. And I'm on at 9:25 a.m. My speech is called From Clicks to Consistency. It basically indicates that we need to train our photographers better. Not trying to step on any toes here, but being in the industry for 20 years, I've seen a lot. I've traveled a lot, and I work with companies all over the world. And to me, the consistency part is one of the most important pieces we need to fix in the puzzle. But honestly, don't just come to the international track to see me. The whole international track is packed with great speakers, so it's absolutely worth the full day. I introduced myself as a photo coach, and I know that title sounds a little fluff or just weird for people, but As a photographer, photo manager, head of quality, COO, CEO of Scandinavia's biggest school photo company, I honestly don't think I'll find a title that suits me better. I'm going to talk about something all high volume companies think they've nailed until they suddenly haven't, and that's consistency. It's the quiet, invisible thing that separates companies that grow from the ones that keep reliving the same seasons of retakes and chaos and coffee-fueled firefighting.
Well, it's also a matter of creating consistency for staff, personnel within the organization. It means that it's scalable. If you don't have consistency, you can't scale the business.
You're stealing my words, Calvin.
I'm sorry.
No problem. I mean, it's the truth.
Yeah.
If you can't keep consistency, sure you can scale, but it will crumble. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So training itself fixes today's issues, but coaching prevents tomorrow's, and it plugs the silent profit leaks, basically.
And are you having the challenges that we in the States have relative to identifying and engaging photographers for the seasonality of the work we do?
Absolutely, and we see that all around the world. It's not necessarily a US problem. It's more an industry problem. And one of the things I talk about is how to prevent high turnover in your employee and the staff in general, and creating better consistency and better culture in your business will prevent that in the long run.
Excellent. So that's going to be on Wednesday. It's a pre-con session. It's one of the many international tracks spoken in English, folks. So it's going to be a valuable tool. Consistency within your organization is what creates a scalable organization, or a scalable organization that will succeed. If in the absence of, you will crumble. I've experienced it myself. That's just the way the ball falls. All right. Thank you so very, very much, Magnus. We appreciate you being here. Let's move over to Heather. Miss Waters, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. We're doing well. Talk to us about where you're coming from. You did that already. Talk to us about what you're going to be sharing during your session, and when is it?
Well, we are going to be speaking on Friday morning, first thing, 8 a.m. We're also going to be I know. Well, we're on East Coast time, so it'll be easier for us.
For you.
Yes, for me. We're in Sonoma Room D, and we're talking about small business, big pictures, and not to steal the hype word of the day, but a lot of what we're going to be speaking about is also consistency, and using that consistency as a small team to act as a big team. So we take the consistency not only in our hiring, but our workflow. And so nailing consistent lighting, consistent SOPs, our consistency with our clients, that's how we're able to scale our business with a small team. So we'll be talking about the things and the steps that we take to ensure that everything works as quickly as possible so that we can continue and get on to the next job the next day.
And Heather, just as a side note, what do you see? What do you project the trends are for the independent and the smaller photographer? There's been a lot of conditions that have been very fluid over the past few years, and some of them may be coming to a culmination at this point. But what are you seeing?
I see a lot of opportunity. We've actually already started booking out for next fall, being that a lot of our schools and our sports accounts are looking for something that is a bit more personal and something that isn't as big box. They're wanting more customer service. They want a face with a name. And I think that in reaching out to all of these folks and striking while the need is there and the desire is there, and being able to back it up with our SOPs and our consistency and what we do every day, I think a lot of us are going to have an opportunity to really add some more clients.
Outstanding. What date and time again?
January 23rd. So that's Friday morning at 8 a.m. So don't go out too late the night before and and show up and listen to me and Marcy. It'll be a good time. We
It's a work trip, folks. It's not vacation.
It's a work trip. We have a fun little team, and we're just going to open the floor up and share as much information as we can in the time that we have. So
fantastic. Thank you
looking
so
forward
much
to
for
it.
what you're doing. We
Sure.
appreciate it. We're moving to Vanita Black. Miss Black, how are you? Uh-oh. I got to get my routine down here.
It's okay. I was still muted. How are you, Calvin?
We're doing well. We're doing
Good,
very well.
good. Well, I'm excited for the two that talked before me. I'm going to have to put them in my little Hoover app. There's so much good information. You know, it's so great that we get to give like a sneak peek into all of our businesses. And so I'm going to be talking about Beyond the Lens while we're there. We're going to be there on Saturday morning, also early 9 a.m. in Sonoma A. And so what Beyond the Lens means is how to actually build the business. And so there's going to be tons of really amazing photographers on site, some that I've trained under, some that I've caught Zooms for. There's tons of people who are going to teach you how to set your settings. But we're going to teach you how to build your business and how we did it. And so we started with our digital media, and we're going to talk about what digital media has worked for us and what is working for us. Our media materials, things that we can put in people's hands to make an impression, because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. We'll go on and talk about customer acquisition, how we were able to start. We started in preschools. We were boutique photographers in preschools with just like two ladies who just had an idea. Let's go have some fun and take some pictures of some babies. And now we've turned into an incorporated business. And so we'll talk to people about how we started and how we moved on into youth sports and then even into school districts. And so it is a process. And so customer acquisition is super important. And then we will talk about the things that happen behind the scenes. And so Pam jumped off because she is not the tech. So I'm the Corey, she's the Calvin, right? And so she goes out, she can talk to people, she gets those rosters, she gets everybody scheduled, and we'll be going over the scheduler and the forms that I've created to make her job easier whenever she's in the field and I'm behind the scenes, so I can fulfill what their thoughts are without her having to keep her thoughts together. And so we're good with each other. We balance each other. We have some wonderful plugins that we use, and we're going to share like behind the scenes, pull back the curtain and say, this is what we're using right now. This is what's working for us. And this is how we're automating to save time and to be able to do more in a compressed amount of time. And then we'll also go through our website and answer any questions that people have. Pam will be there. She'll be talking about, how she, is able to wrangle the rosters, right? That's the word, wrangle the rosters. And so it is a non-negotiable for us. And we are indoor photographers. One guy was like, you're coming, I'm old and I'm heavy. I'm not getting out there on a field and chasing a tent. And so you can get us a gym or you can call somebody else. And so how to just say, look, we want your business, but this is how we do business. And so if you want us to do business with you, then we're glad to do that. But if you don't want to give us the roster, give us a location, then hey, not all money's good money, right? And so we're excited. We came to SPAC in 2022 and we loved it. And so we're just so honored to be able to be in Sonoma A on Saturday morning at 9 a.m.
Fantastic. I got to key back to a statement that you made. You said in-hands media. So certainly you have your social media outreach, your electronic media. You use the word in-hands, and I'm curious, you're providing in-hand copy material, printed material, when you speak to an administrator or a school secretary, et cetera. Is that accurate?
I don't leave anybody without something in their hands whenever they meet me.
Okay.
And so that's just how we roll. So we have first touch, second touch, and third touch. The first time you're getting that magazine, right? You're getting that premium. Here we are. Hear us roar, right? And then that if you're not buying what we're selling at that moment, that's okay. You may be, in a contract. You may just be looking to maybe next season. And so we'll follow up. And then we have a point of a second contact and what we give those people. And so we have a 3-point system. And normally we've booked within the first or the second. We do a high rate of first time bookings just because, there's nothing like just going for no, right? Just go
Absolutely. Go for no. That's a beautiful thing. And I appreciate that because oftentimes in the world we're in, it's perceived that the digital media, electronic, just send them a flyer, send them this, send them that. Guess what?
Everybody's doing that.
Yeah. Don't do the common if you want uncommon results.
That's right.
Common results are stagnation,
Yes.
burnout, and a host of other things. Uncommon results are growing the business, increasing the personnel that you have, helping you get the work done, increasing the revenue, and being more successful. So I appreciate you, and I wanted to focus on that. You're not doing it like everybody else does it.
No.
And with that in mind, let's keep in mind, one, there are no secrets. Somebody else is doing it on another part of the in another part of the industry, no matter what you think. And number two, there are multiple solutions to every problem. You have to figure out which one will fit your capacity, your personnel, et cetera, and then you implement it. So thank you.
I want to say like that's totally the thing. Whenever we came to SPAC last time, there were things that we were like, we are implementing that. And there are things that we said, we are not implementing that. And so once we left SPAC, we were head down and we saw such huge growth. And so SPAC and everybody opening the curtains on their business, what a blessing that is to be able to say, look, I want to do things like them, or maybe they did things and maybe I want to tweak that a little bit. So thank you for the opportunity. It's an amazing event and a huge trade show.
We appreciate that. Yes, they have done. That's Michael Rack, our next president, along with Corey, have been working on that trade show. They sold it out. I mean, we're talking 40,000 square feet. You guys have no idea what it was like to invite a vendor into a hotel room. The name of the vendor was Kodak, and they would buy us cocktails, and that was it. Nowadays, it's a completely, now that's obviously a very long time ago. I won't go into how long ago, but it was a completely different environment. Now we're at 40,000 square feet, 100% booths, sold out. Every type of product that we need for our business is going to be in the building. And that's a phenomenal accomplishment unto itself. And their volume photographers. You're not going to find you might find one wedding album there. You're not going to find wedding album salespeople there. It's just not going to happen. We are very, very restrictive on who we want. We want volume folks that can help us grow in the volume sector. It is the most vivid and alive sector of our entire industry. It has been for many, many years. It just so happens that some other people have found out, oh my goodness, this is more stable. It's repetitive year over year than is the wedding market or the family portrait market and the church market and all other markets. It's far more stable, and that's why we do it. So thank you so much for joining us, Vanita, and we appreciate your volunteering to help us out. Mr. Eric, come on aboard, man. How are you, sir?
Doing well, doing well.
Good. What day, time, and subject are you going to be sharing with us?
Yes, I originally said I would speak, and I saw that I had 30 to speak. I thought it meant 30 hours. It's a 30-minute session on Saturday, January 24th. Now, it's important you bring 2 people to SPAC from your studio because Erica is coming on here shortly. She's speaking at the same time. So you need 2 people to send one to each of our sessions. And I'm talking about digital marketing, getting you ready for the kind of the wild west of AI. So a lot of what we did with our business is we had so much free time running a business. Of course, I'm joking. But we had extra resources, and we started a separate company that does marketing for small businesses, and actually very, very few photographers, but it's small service businesses. And we saw a lot of patterns, particularly for photographer or for businesses that are in smaller areas, but competing against much bigger companies. So it may be a builder, but it's competing against a large national builder. A lot of those lessons can be applied for that smaller photographer in a market where it may be saturated and they may have a lot of competition to get attention with their marketing. And so we want to give some tips and a lot of resources that you can take away and implement, and the complete implementation strategy on how to be better visible when people are finding you. We've all gotten those emails where someone says, oh, hi, I'm missing my kids' pictures. And we start looking and we're like, this is not right. And we ask, why is that? And, oh, because they're in another state or completely another part of the country, but they emailed our studio. when that happens, a lot of that is because things aren't set up well on the back end with the digital marketing and the setup, and we'll get through that. And then some other ways that you can improve customer service with some of the tools out there. Honestly, it's constantly evolving. We've all seen AI and how much that's changed the world in just what really relatively about a year and a half. And it's my notes are changing almost daily as we get ready for this. So we're really excited. I'm actually bringing the guy that runs my marketing company. He's the marketing expert. That's his degree. And so he's coming with me, and he'll be there ready for anyone to pick his brain and ask questions. While
How much are you using AI in your development of imagery and other things that are going out in your digital marketing?
Quite a bit with clients. We have a lot of clients that do products and different things, or perhaps food. And we're finding we can use a lot of image modification with AI to give them variety. We've turned images into video for different uses for them. So we see it quite a bit. Of course, we're using it a lot in writing and generating text as well. But it's a big part of our everyday. We were using it nonstop in our businesses.
Outstanding. I did an exercise today in looking for our air flight for multiple people and used the ChatGPT arena, and it came up with great pricing, perfect. The prompt had the window of time we wanted to travel, the dates we wanted to travel. Do not give me Spirit Airlines as a reference, etc. And it popped back information that's just phenomenal and phenomenally valuable. And so that's the reason I ask, is it's such a tool if you use it correctly.
Yeah.
And so thank you so much for sharing. Good. We're looking forward to seeing you. And the date and time again for yours is Saturday.
Saturday at 1:15.
1:15 in the afternoon. Wonderful. Yes. And your recommendation is that people bring 2 people, because this is not. It's not for the weak at heart, or whatever you want to call it. There's a robust program. And you'll want to hear from more than one at a time. So thank you so much, Eric. Thank you. All right, let's bring Tanya and Andrew on up. How are you? And tell us about what your program is going to be.
Yeah, so we're speaking on Friday morning at 9:15, and we're talking on making money, not mistakes. Going to talk about money mistakes to avoid in your growing business. What we see so often is that this is an area where photographers can almost become paralyzed by the things that are happening in their finances. And we really want you to walk away with a plan to be proactive in your finances and really overcome any barriers to more profit and growth in your business.
Yeah, something that we see with a lot of our clients is that they work really hard. They work hard, long hours, and they deserve to get paid for all the work they do. But sometimes lack of clarity in their finances makes it so they can't get paid. And when they do get paid, they can't enjoy the paycheck because they're worried about, oh, can I handle this? Can I afford this? Is this what's I supposed to get paid now? So that can be crippling sometimes to photographers. Some things that we've seen and is we see that sometimes reports are hard to read, financial reports. They're hard to understand. We get a lot of people say, well, I can do it. I can stay organized, but it takes me a couple days every few months. And those kinds of things are just crippling to a small business owner. So in our session, we're going to address some surprisingly simple mistakes that photographers can sometimes stumble into in their business on the financial side. Just simple things that we accidentally kind of fall into. And we're going to talk about some money mistakes to avoid while growing your studio. One thing that's unique about us at Tidy Books is we're kind of known as empathetic experts within the photography industry when it comes to finances and bookkeeping. And we get it. We've made a lot of mistakes, and we understand that other people do too. So we got a lot of patience and compassion there.
There's no mess that we can't handle.
Yeah.
So we're safe.
Do you own a photography business?
So my background is photography. I don't do it professionally anymore, but when I started the bookkeeping business back in 2017, I knew I wanted to work with photographers, and that's how it all got started. Those are the people I know and love, and so we serve photographers in our business.
Okay, and that's photographers nationwide.
Yes, exactly.
Wonderful. Okay, so there you have it. That's a valuable service that you're providing, and we thank you very much for joining us. What day and time again is your?
We're going to be on Friday morning, January 23rd, from 9:15 to 10:15 in Sonoma B.
So 9:15, they should be able to get to that one. It's a lot easier than the earlier one.
That's right. That's right. And it's not after lunch, so you won't be asleep. Right.
There you go. All right. We appreciate you being here. Thank you so very much. Let's move over to Erica and make sure that I hope I'm not missing anybody in this cycle. Corey, will you make sure I don't miss anybody, please? Erica, how are you?
So good. How are you?
We're doing all right. Talk to us about the date and time and the subject matter you're going to expose and to our audiences.
Yeah. I'm on Saturday at 1:15 in, I believe, Napa. That was so funny what Eric said, and I was thinking people might just wander into our sessions inadvertently anyways because our names are so similar. So everyone's welcome everywhere. I'm sure it's just going to be good sessions everywhere you go. We are talking about leading a team on a mission. And I have to tell you, in our seasonal life that we all get to experience in volume photography, January is one of my favorite times of the year. It's like that big deep breath after the crazy busy season. We're just executing, our heads are down, we're going, and then January happens and you can just for a beat take your head out of the sand. You can take a deep breath. You can actually think about, who do I want to be in this world beyond just a production machine? That's why I think the timing of this talk is pretty important for all of us. What you said in that very first guest who was speaking about retention, and especially with the younger workforce, I just believe to my core that if you want people to come on your team and stay there, you have to have an impact or a missional proposition beyond just making money. And I believe it for myself that staying invested in running this business has to be more than just how many dollar bills can I make. It needs to be, what big impact do I want to make in the world? But I think that's also what compels people to join you and to come alongside you and to be a part of your team. So what we're going to do is a little bit more of a workshop style. You're going to spend your week in the conference just absorbing all this incredible information from all these wise business owners, and you're going to learn about financials, you're going to learn about camera settings, you're going to do all the things. Your notebook and your brain will be filled to the brim. But then come to the Napa room on Saturday afternoon, take a minute with us. My COO, Tracy, and I will be there together, and we're going to walk you through some steps and how to think through what kind of company you want to be for 2026. You're going to leave our talk with a list of values, core values you want to be all about, and some ideas for how to implement those things today into what you're making decisions about for the remainder of the year. So before you jump right back into business as usual and how do I get the sales and how do I, maximize my profits, let's take a beat and think about, who do you want to be and how do you want to do it? And then these core values and this mission that you develop is actually going to inform all of your questions that you need answered for the rest of the year. So hopefully it's really practical. These are kind of big 30,000 foot things, but I can't even tell you how foundational they actually are to all the pieces of your business, both that kind of high level thinking and the real ground level detailed things. So that's what we're going to be doing. Calvin, I think you're muted, and what you have to say is so important.
No, well, I said, and your time again is Saturday at 1:00?
Yeah, Saturday, 1:15.
1:15. Okay, right after the lunch hour.
That's right.
Very, very good. Very good. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank
Yeah,
you for volunteering to be one of our presenters at the upcoming conference. We're moving over to Miss Stella Craze. And Stella has been around for, she's indicated she did it during the pandemic. We had a virtual conference at that time. It went quite well considering it was virtual, and we were all in a scrambling mode, not only as an organization, but even our small businesses were we were in an adaptive mode on an everyday basis almost. So Stella,
pivot was the word.
Pivot is the key. Pivot is the key. Stella, what day and time? And then tell us what you're going to share with us.
All right. Well, I didn't mention it initially. I am from Annapolis, Maryland. So that you asked earlier and I left that out. Well, I am on Thursday morning at 8 a.m. in Napa. And after listening to Tanya and Andrew, who are after me at 9:15, to seeing that both of us might be good, because the name of my session is Let It Go and Grow. And I'm going to start off with calculating net profit. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to set up a worksheet in my Whova account for people and guide them on, it doesn't have to be down to the last dollar, but people don't even know if they're making money. You have a lot of, small photographers, and they may not be losing money, but they may just be breaking even. So, and they're not even really sure if they are making any money. So I think the first thing before you can really grow your business, you have to make sure what you're doing, if you're even making money. And then if you're not, you got to look at that net profit and see where your expenses are, which is why I was mentioning Tanya and Andrew, because they may be able to point in the direction of where those unnecessary expenses are and the mistakes that people are making, where you could be making more money, but you're spending money on things you don't need or whatever.
Upgrading equipment before it needs to be upgraded.
Oh yeah. I mean, I hate to admit, I've had some of my lights are 18 years old, but they all still work. So
I was about to say, I don't know what you're worried about admitting. Some
That's
of
how
us
I
been
make
married
money,
a whole long time. You don't just replace it. No.
I know. And that is one thing that photographers do get caught up in, is all the new bright and shiny things. And you have to have everything that's new, and you really don't. Because if what you have works, just keep it, make sure your staff knows how to use it, and, roll with it. But
what are the end results that the consumer is going to appreciate? Is that additional $5,000 going to create a product that the consumer can even see or perceive is a better product? That skilled photographer could take a camera that's only $800, a Canon one of the T series Canons, and create a beautiful image.
That's exactly right. And one of the things that I do want when they calculate the net profit is, especially, I started this way too. We all started small, right? We did everything ourselves. We didn't want to let go and all that. Is that we never pay ourselves, right? So in order to calculate how much it would cost, you need to really think about how many hours you're spending on a certain league or a school. And if you did not do that, what would you have had to pay somebody? And then you have to include that number in there, because in this net profit, you do have to include a labor cost. And a lot of us don't pay ourselves, or we do, but we don't, we don't put it in writing. So we don't really know what it would cost somebody to do what we do, because we never worry about that. So, but it is something when you're trying to grow your business, now you're going to have to train and pay. And so you need to know how much that's really going to cost you, and if your pricing structure is set in a way that you're going to be making money. But so I'm going to be going over that. Let's see, I was going to share some of my successful packages and products that do sell, to try to help people. I will toot my own horn here. I've had my biggest sales year ever since I've been in this business. So I think some of the things that I did this past year, I want to share, and that I'm doing right, and that it's targeting my markets, which I am predominantly recreational sports leagues. That's really mainly what I photograph. I do dance schools, and I have 8 schools, but I am volume. I do over 20,000 kids a year. So I'm going to share those types of things on what worked. And then also I want to touch on it. online sales, because that's how I'm selling. And a lot of people drag their feet on going online. Oh, participation's down. This is down. I tried it, didn't make any money. Well, there's reasons why people like myself and others are being successful online. And there's reasons why some people are not. Another big factor to be successful online is quality of your photography. So you can't, the paper order form, you kind of hide behind that because it's one image, you give them what they get. But when you go online, if it doesn't look good, they're not buying it. So some of it you have to, reflect on yourself and say, you know what, I need to step up my photography. So I'm just trying to help people understand what they need to do to grow. And it's not a whole lot of changes, and it's investment in yourself as well to be a better photographer, which is what we ultimately all want to be. Like Eric is talking about, what's your goals, how you want to be perceived and things like that. Sure. And, that was always one of my things too, which you still can do in volume. And there's plenty of people out there doing volume that have beautiful work. So that's
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Stella, what date and time one more time?
Thursday morning in Napa at 8 a.m.
Ooh, 8 a.m.
I'm East Coast too, so it's okay.
It's a work trip, folks. You can't stay out all night.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right, Stella, thank you so very much. I'm going to move over to Jason and let's find out what he's going to share with us. Hello, sir.
Doing well, and you?
We're doing fine.
Good.
Talk to us about the date and time of your session and what its title is and what it's about.
For sure thing. I'm talking about something that I have not really heard talked about at SPAC before, but body language and photography. So we're at Sonoma B, and I hold the honor of being one of the last people to speak at SPAC. So I'm looking forward to that.
Okay.
So the reason why I want to talk about body language is because I do headshots, we do corporate work, we do a lot of sports. That's the majority of what we do. And I found that my photography with sports actually improved my headshots and vice versa. The more I do with that, the more I can see what a pose is saying and how it's portraying to what the person is saying in the image. I always say for my headshots, it introduces you before you even enter the room. And the same thing for your sports stuff. So I've trained all my staff to photograph with headshots, body language in mind. So we take the stuff from the headshots and we throw it into the team sports and the way they're posing. So as a simple thing, we talk about the chin up. If the chin goes like this, what am I saying right now? You know what I'm saying. I'm confident, I'm strong. But you put the chin down, you're being focused, you're being direct to what's something going on. So that's what we're going to talk about. It's a fascinating topic. I've been diving into it the last couple of years, and it's really improved my photography. It's helped me to actually pose people quicker, because what they're doing is they're getting a person in front of them that may be awkward. You see something's wrong. You got to find out how to do that. So if you understand what the body language is saying and what the body stances say in the photo, you can actually get there a little bit quicker.
Outstanding, sir. Wow, I'm trying to package that because over the many years, yeah, you're right. You better study body language and how folks do, what does the image convey, and how you can control that image and make it convey what you want. And it's applicable, you've indicated in sports, and it moved into the headshots area. It's applicable across the spectrum of what we do. 100%. We need to be detail oriented and be able to see this one is a power move. This one is a laid back, sit back, soft, expressive type thing. Yep. Contemplative. You can define it using a variety of words, exactly. But it's very valuable. So thank you so much, Jason, for joining us. Again, you are at what time on Saturday? You're indicating?
2 o'clock on Saturday at Sonoma B.
2 o'clock Saturday, Sonoma B. We're looking forward to seeing you there, sir. Let's move over to Miss Stella Craze. Did we talk to Stella already? I think we did, didn't we, Stella?
Yes, we already talked. But if you want to talk some more, I will.
I can't keep track. I'm so sorry. Then
That's
I think
okay.
Did we get you, Vanita? That's the question. Did we talk to Vanita already? Yes, we did. Okay, Corey. I'm going to Nikki, and then I'm done. Corey, you're muted.
I'm sorry, I was muted.
All right, let's move over to Nikki now. and add her to the stage. We're going to remove Vanita. And Corey, you're coming down too. All right, Miss Nikki.
Hey.
We already talked to Nikki, but you want to talk to her some more?
You know what? I'm just going to share this right now. This is really fun. So Evoto has been contacting me right now when we're on live. And so they have some new and exciting things that they want to show at SPAC. So I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's just amazing how they just hear the needs of our industry and they jump in and they're ready to work with us to help us with our workflow.
I thought you were coming back on to give us a special Evoto code. So
do you want an Evoto code?
If you could do that, why don't you do it right here in this SPAC chat?
So I'll have to contact them to get you a better one. We had one that was Nikki07, but let me go and contact them and we'll have it. I'll give it to you, Calvin, and Corey. You'll have it by tomorrow.
We'll put it out in as Corey, can we put that out in Hoover and in the media and let people see what you're going to be talking about and how it's working? Let them test it. I think a test drive is the best way to sell a car. So sell a successful business process. Show us. Good enough. Thank you so much. Hey, Miss Corey, I think we've gotten through everybody.
You got through everybody, Calvin. Thank you so much. You did such a great job while I was behind the curtain.
Yeah, you're behind the curtain. I'm going to pull them back up. We're going to pull.
Not everybody's going to fit though, Calvin. So
I'm going to get as many as we can. We're only going to get the ones. We're only going to take the ones that are still here. Okay, that's it. So
okay. So let me just come in with a few housekeeping things at the very end. So if you are arriving to Vegas and you're going to be there on Tuesday, we still have 3 excursions on Tuesday. One is out to the Valley of Fire. If you've never been, that's where all the red rocks are. Suzette Allen will be speaking out there about capturing photos in natural light. She will also have some models available. This is a perfect opportunity for you to capture some pictures for your portfolio or test out some settings with Suzette there. You also have some free time to go ahead and explore the national park. It's beautiful. It does come with a box lunch, and we also have transportation to and from.
Hey, Corey,
also,
which one of the vendors is one of the sponsors for that trip?
Panasonic is the sponsor for that trip.
Panasonic Lumix. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
I want to make sure folks need to know who's supporting us.
Yes. Next, we also have Atomic Golf. Okay, so we used to have a golf tournament, but it was kind of counterproductive because you were stuck with the same 4 people for 18 holes, and it would get kind of cold in Las Vegas. So we have pivoted. We are at Atomic Golf, which is kind of like a Top Golf. And we have sponsors who have different golf bays with a different golf game. Dundot Photos is there. Richmond is also our event sponsor. We also have SPOA sponsoring a bay. The full list is coming out, and that also includes transportation to and from Atomic Golf, and it includes food and drink as well, and a whole bunch of fun. And that is where the longest drive competition will be. And then in the evening, for those of you who are maybe arriving a little bit later in the day on Tuesday, in the evening we have an excursion out to the Neon Graveyard. That is where all the old Vegas neon signs are, and they're all lit up. It's hugely popular on Instagram. And that excursion also is taking place on Tuesday, late afternoon, evening. Now, there is still time to add this to your registration. You can go onto the event app, or you can go onto our website and register and add that. The deadline is next Monday for adding that excursion onto your registration. You can also add a pre-conference. I believe all of our pre-conferences still have a few chairs full. There is the Schools 101, Sports 101, Volume 202, Sales Training, and then the full spectrum of everything by our international speakers as well. We're also looking at possibly having a pick snub workshop. That is in the works. But if you're interested in that, just keep an eye out on the announcements and our social media page so I can get you more information on that. There is a lot of things happening at SPAC this year. We've got the awards dinner, which is a plated dinner that we have also the awards ceremony, and we also will be announcing the photo contest, and those awards are given at the awards ceremony. After that night, we have entertainment for you. We have a mentalist and magician coming. APS is sponsoring that evening after party event. It's amazing. The mentalist is going to be doing things on a grand scale. It's going to be quite the event, I'm sure. And also on the kickoff party, which is Wednesday night, that is sponsored by Candid Color, and it is a rhinestone rodeo. So if you like to dress in theme and you got a cowboy hat or some cowboy boots or some denim and diamonds, be sure to pack that in your bag for the Wednesday kickoff party. Lastly, one-on-one coaching. If you are an attendee, you have the right to book a one-on-one coaching appointment with a coach of your choice. Many of our speakers have volunteered to be coaches, and we've really gotten the best coaches in the business. And that is also going to be announced, signups for that in January as well. And all of those SPAC meeting one-on-one appointments will be taking place in the SPAC zone, which is a zone that we're developing right next to the trade show with couches. We will have some things in there for you to be able to sit down and network and have conversations with people. And Studio Source is going to be hosting a cornhole tournament. So make sure you look for that sign up as well. All of these signups are going to be happening early January. Everything will be announced in the Whova app. So if you are registered, make sure you download the app and start engaging with anybody and everybody. Right, Calvin?
Man, I mean, you've just announced only the excursions pretty much. The special outside stuff, yet there are over 100 speakers and programs. There are over 100 exhibitor booths in 40,000 square feet. It's absolutely astounding what we've created and the community that we've been able to support by the creation of this organization. So,
you know, Calvin, these speakers are delivering 89 hours of education.
Yeah, there's a value add there for sure.
Exactly.
Including meals.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even talk about the food or the hospitality parties or all the other fun little things that we do at SPAC that brings us all together as a community.
Absolutely. It's going to be a wonderful networking experience filled with educational opportunities. So I'd like to thank all of you, the speakers that were here today, for sharing with us your time, your location, and your subject matter. I hope it was a good enough tease that you get a good attendance at your presentation. Be ready to go, because when we hit the ground, we hit it hard. On that Tuesday, we get going very fast. Anybody that's been around knows we are scurrying around to make sure everything is working properly. So thank you for joining us today. Hey, folks, don't forget, it's not too late to register for SPAC. We understand that the price has gone up. That is how everything works in the world. We had early bird specials, and the price point was quite reasonable. Even at the current price, it's an extraordinary value when you consider the cost of just the food alone that'll be provided to you as a part of this conference, as a part of the conference fee. We've got lunches, we've got dinners, we've got banquets. It's just a phenomenal affair that you will find great value in. And at the end of the day, this is how the math for me works. It costs between $2,000 and $2,500 per person to go to the conference. The value that we receive, or that we should be able to generate in new business or different business, or savings that we can incur as a result of adapting some of the technology and things that people will be sharing, is going to far exceed $2,500.
Hey, Calvin.
Just natural. It's going to exceed it. Yes.
You know, it's good time for you to look at your books, because I think you might need
that.
an extra write-off on your business on the books. So if you book your air flight, your hotel, and your registration now before January 1st, you can write it off on your taxes.
By all means. By all means. Corey, good move. That wasn't even practiced. Hey, folks, thanks for joining us. This is the end of this week's SPAC Chat. We'll be back next week. We will be on holiday between during that Christmas week. I think Christmas falls on a Thursday for those that practice Christmas. So we won't be having SPAC Chat during that week. We will resume. Do we do it during the New Year's?
We will, with just a short you and me and
okay,
update.
fine.
Yeah.
Fine. We'll give updates and information. So, but then following the New Year's week, we will be back on live with some of our major sponsors, our platinum folks, the Capturas, the help me out, Corey, the Photo Days, the Got Photos.
Got Photo, Done Got Photos, Studio Source. The list is long.
Just a host of the vendors. We've been doing this to share with you the presenters, those people that will be providing classroom educational content. Now we're going to move into the vendors. They will be telling you what they will be giving us hints to what they're going to be introducing, because with technology, as we all know, there's been some additions and subtractions, but there's a lot of new stuff that's come out that they've been able to do and implement, and they're going to be launching it at SPAC. That's one of the things. We are the conference where the vendors actually launch new products, new software, new things, because it's the place to be. If you haven't registered yet, you need to get registered now. It's so wonderful to see you guys. We'll see you. We'll see you next week. It's the following week we'll be off. Hey, I got to get it straight in my head, Corey. Sorry. So
it's okay.
Until we see you next week, have a wonderful week and stay warm. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. See you next week.
All right. Bye-bye.